So I wanted to talk about this deal that's on Amazon real quick. I've been wanting to buy one of these for a while, and this is the cheapest I've seen one of them. I honestly haven't done the research, so I watched a couple of videos last night on these and some of the limitations and stuff on them. So there's this new one that's out called the Ultra, which is like $200. There's some other weird ones, and some are counterfeit, some are not good. So some of these are, you get a $50 coupon on a $224 one. Well, you could buy something like this, which I'd much rather have something like that, but then this one I've seen quite often. I don't know. Here's one that actually comes with like what you would actually really need. Just click on this real quick here. So you do need an attenuator. If you don't have an attenuator, you're not going to be able to like directly test the radio. So let's see what it says here. A 25 watt attenuator. Okay. So basically you would need to get an attenuator, and I guess that's cool. That one comes with it. I was just curious what they would include with it. But you're not going to test the HF radio with this thing. It's not going to happen if you put it on low power. So if you're trying to test spurious emissions on anything other than a handheld, it'd be kind of limited. Not really sure what this one is. It's 4.3 inch screen version, but I believe it's just the same old. So maybe not. I don't know. If it has one port, that would be good. So the issue that I've heard is that if you're looking at a signal, like say a 2-meter signal, and you want to look at all the harmonics and stuff, and it has a high and low port on the tiny SA, and basically you wouldn't be able to see all the spikes on the band without switching the cable and stuff. So now I really don't know what I'm going to use this for if I test all these radios. It's not like a VNA where like I can find a use for it almost every day, just tuning my stupid tuner really quickly, if I feel like it. I have a couple bands on here that are really like tricky to find, and since my inductor counter doesn't work, it helps me. So like I think it's like 30 meters and 60 meters, and 17 can be funky. But this thing here, like what are you going to do with it? You just bought a $50 deal, or in this case, 250. Some of them even more than that. There's other stuff out there too, like this thing. So, but I thought, maybe I should just, buy a cheap one and just play around with it. But then I thought about it, was like, I'd rather buy something that I can actually use, or is helpful to other people, rather than talk about some radios that we already know are dirty. You know what I mean? So that's the kind of thinking is like, well, what would the point be? So but I'm definitely happy with the VNA. What is this? Tiny PFA, phase frequency analyzer. I don't know. It says it's a bestseller. I gotta sit up for a second. The staples in my stomach are hurting from the appendix surgery. Anyway, and I should be sleeping right now. So here's some of these attenuators. You're gonna need to buy one of these, if you're gonna buy that thing. And then you're going to need to do the research and find out, well, how many dBs of attenuation do I need? And I think for a 10-watt radio you need 40. So I think like you know, for a 5-watt radio you need 20. So I think that's probably why they're selling this one here. But I don't know for sure. Attenuation levels 20 dB. The power 2-watt impedance. Just not real informative for me. Okay, so on frequency ranges, return loss, VSWR, maximum input 2 watts. So that wouldn't be any good. You really wouldn't want to use that. I don't know what you would look at with that. You'd need another attenuator in front of an attenuator. So maybe I don't understand how this works. So, and then I seen what is this? I've seen adjustable attenuators that you can buy. Handheld spectrum analyzer. 7-band spectrum analyzer breakout board. Mono stereo. Yeah, I mean, there's like so much stuff on here, honestly. Like, I mean, we could just talk about it for days. Here's another. Well, that's a pin diode. I don't know. So, I'm just not sure. I'm going to go in here and look up RF let's see what it pulls up with that search. I don't think I spelled attenuator right. Spectrum Analyzer RF Demo Kit Test Module for Vector Network Analyzer Board Filter Attenuator Module. This is pretty cool. I've seen these. I don't know exactly what it does. Sorry, I gotta adjust myself as I had to stand up. Just really in a lot of pain from this surgery. So I'm not on any pain medicine at all. Never took any. Just a ibuprofen here and there. Okay, so let's see. Interesting. So there's these little things on here. So this is really actually kind of cool. I should get this just so I can learn some stuff a little bit better and wrap my head around how filters and stuff work. So there's a low pass filter, 30 megahertz, and then you can, like, you know, basically screw around with it. I think you can actually adjust it. And there's a high pass filter, and then a band pass filter, and a band stop filter. And so that you can, you know, play with those and, you know, screw around and build a circuit, I guess. And then, like, I think it's really for the VNA, which is something that would be good because I haven't explored any of the other functions that it does other than, like, you know, sweeping an antenna. So what else do they got here? So and then it looks like they have like a 75 ohm and a 33 ohm, and then they show some other like RC circuits maybe. 6 dB, 10 dB attenuator, a load, open, short. Okay, so you just have your basic load, open, and short. Just different test circuits on here. That's pretty cool. I didn't realize that's actually what that was. So, and then I guess it comes with a, you know, a connector that you would, you know, attach to the board. But anyway, I don't know that that's worth $13, but anyway, here is a 20 dB attenuator. I think we might have already looked at it. So if we are actually going to order that deal, here's 20, here's 30. Okay, so let's click on the 30 and see what the 30 says, because that other one still says 2 watts. It says 2 watts, so these aren't big enough. I mean, you might get away with it on a baofeng, but like I don't want to chance it. Here's a bunch more of those boards. Oh man. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff on here. So here's another thing I've seen before, the RF Explorer thing. I saw one locally for sale once. But anyway, there's a lot of this popping up on here. I'm not seeing the actual attenuators. Let's see. We go up here and just change our search. Just go ahead and backspace that. RF attenuator, 50 watts. Hey, let's look up 100 watt RF attenuator and just to get an idea. Okay, $95. High power RF attenuator, $127. 73. What are these? These are 2 watt. Okay. So now we get irrelevant results. Here is a adjustable attenuator. I'm not sure what it's rated to handle. I think I've seen this before and it had really bad reviews. Or in this case, no reviews. So, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it looks like it's not really much power. It just says 2 dB insertion loss, maximum input power 20 dBm. All right, whatever. So, you need to find, well, we could probably look up a different one. Okay, so here's 10 watt attenuators. They're about 20 bucks. And that would be good for any of the HT radios. And then you would just have to like calculate, everything else to figure out what you're looking at if you want to look at the power levels. But basically, you're going to spend 20 bucks on one of these. 10 watt, 30 dB. Now, and also, you need to know what the number needs to be for that particular one, because this is a 15 dB, a 30 dB. So all the attenuator is handling 10 watts. What does the spectrum analyzer need? Because if it doesn't, then you're gonna smoke it. So yeah, let's see. So basically, I think what you need is a 40. We'll have to see what pulls up when we do that. A 10 watt, 40 dB DC, $22. Okay. Yeah, so anyway, I'm thinking about it, but I'm like, well, here's $20 for attenuator and $50 plus tax, so you're like $60-$70. You're gonna be like probably about 80 bucks for everything, and you test a couple of your handhelds that you got and show everybody, hey, look, man, this thing is really dirty, or hey, this thing, I'm surprised, is pretty clean, and I don't know how accurate it is. So is it really worth it? I don't know. But if you need one of these, see if I can back out of here and get back to what we were looking at. If you needed one of these, though, I mean, like, the price is pretty good right now. Where did it go? $49. And people said that this is actually like a legit one. I guess the Tiny SA has a list of sellers and stuff. I guess the seller isn't on the list, but it's not on the list of ones that aren't. And all the other things check out. And I guess, so what happens with the other ones, I guess, is you try and update the firmware and it won't update. So there's some really, really helpful reviews here on Amazon for this. So let's see if we can get into there. So what they were showing you is like it'll look like this on the back. If it's white, it won't. That's a Vine review. Yeah, another Vine review. I don't like Vine reviews, okay? Because they got it for free. These are all Vine reviews. Interesting. Send me a free one. So, are any of these legit? This one's legit. Okay. So the guy that went in pretty deep detail about it, I have to see if I can find that. This is a Vine review, but what the guy said was it needs to be legitimate because it's you can't update it or whatever, you know. But basically, he wrote a pretty lengthy review. So if you want to look at that, go for it. I don't know, you know, it's like it's measure harmonics, phase noise, capture ISM transmissions, measure low frequencies, measure third order intermodulation, use as a tracking generator to measure a mixer, measure the harmonic content, measure spectral purity, measure AM modulation, coax cable impact, measure FM deviation, measure spur free dynamic range, measure IQ balance, tuning, sweep, setting, adding LNA, blah blah blah. It says it works with everything. This is the latest apparently. So the low input mode is 100 kilohertz to 350 megahertz. So that what they're talking about, if you're looking at a 2 meter signal and you want to see where it's affecting, like here, you know, further out, you'll need to, you know, go and check out that. But look at weird, look like an oscilloscope here. So, but this is the second one is 240 to 960. So if you're looking at, you know, frequency spurs between, you know, 145 megahertz to, you know, 500, you're going to have to switch coaxes, is what they're saying, you know, from that connector to the other connector. So that's kind of a bummer. But I mean, if you need one and you want one for a really good price, I think this is probably the best deal. I don't see any reason why this wouldn't be good, but does it say how many are left? Free delivery Wednesday. By the way, I looked it up on my thing and I saw I could get it Saturday. So anyway, I'll post a link for it, and yeah, so I'll let you guys know if I end up buying it or not. Thanks for watching.